I hate Michigan State. Next on the Michigan podcast. How's it going, Maize and Blue fans? So I wanted to do a little video again. I said I was going to do another one because it's a big game. So I wanted to talk more about Michigan State and just the hatred that is with this rivalry. And at one time before D'Antonio got there, this wasn't really a rivalry like that. I mean, it was a rivalry, but we beat up on him most of the time. But this man has changed the culture at Michigan State and made them into a power. They've went to the playoff. They've won Big Ten titles. They get 3-star players and they overachieve. He makes them believe. So just the one thing about football, and if you make somebody believe, you have a chance. You always have a chance just believing that you're not going to get demolished. But from what I'm seeing, LJ Scott is a game-time decision, and their second leading receiver, he got hurt. He broke his finger, so he's out too. Somebody else said that on my left me a message and said he was out. So appreciate the info. But with this game, it's Antonio this dude is a good coach, man. We can hate Michigan State, but this dude can coach. Like he's got wins. He's got like 10 top 10 wins. So us just thinking, oh, we're such a good team this year, which may be true. We can't just walk out there and think we're gonna beat them like that, because. And I was watching somebody else, and they were saying that it's crucial that we start early in this game to take the crowd out of Michigan State and to also put some doubt in their minds, because I don't want to be in the fourth quarter up 7, up 10. I want to be up 20-something. So I'm like, I can relax, like, okay, on to Penn State. I do not want to be up 7-3, 3-7, 10, 6, any of that. I want to be up at least 14 in the fourth. Because if the game is close, Michigan State always, if it's somewhat close where they have a chance, they play 60 minutes of ball. Like they don't play half a quarter, and they playing all game. And we've seen it. 2015. Blocked the punt. We had the muff punt, and they smashed the dude and freaking had a convoy of dudes going to the end zone laughing. We had that game. I don't even really want to think about it anymore. I was so sick. I knew something bad was going to happen because we hadn't beat them in so long. Something just told me something bad is going to happen if we punt this ball. A punt, there's too much bad stuff that can happen, but that's what Harbaugh chose to do, and you saw what happened. The next year we had 2016 with when we had that squad full of seniors and juniors, Jabril and those boys. We dominated that game just like we dominated 2015. 2016 we dominated it too. But it was close at the end, even though we dominated them. Somehow they found a way to be close in that game at the end. And it took a late score from Jabril, and they end up scoring. I think he took back a fumble, or I think it was a fumble. He took it to the house on a 2-point conversion and got the 2-point conversion. But that game, Michigan State shouldn't have even been close in that game is the point, though. Like, they shouldn't have even been close. And last year I kind of, I can't really knock anybody on that game because they were playing in a monsoon. Like, we had subpar QB play, so it was just like it was just a crazy type of game. We had 4 turnovers or something like that, yet we still had a chance at the end. So I'm not sure what the weather is going to be like for this game. It's supposed to be clear and start raining later in the day, but you never know. Hopefully it doesn't rain, because we don't need anything like that even in the playing field at all. Like, hopefully it's just clear and a little bit cloudy and they can play with no rain, none of that stuff. But this game is going to come down to whoever imposes their will. That's any game, but this is really going to be whoever imposes their will and turnovers. So Michigan State has that run defense. Nobody can seem to run on them except Sanders for Penn State, which I said in my last video. He went for like 160 something. But he got a lot of those yards on 2 plays. So if you do the math on that, it's not as... I mean, he had a lot of yards, but he got them all in 2 plays, most of them. But we have to run that ball on Michigan State. I'm not sure exactly how good we can just torch them through the air if we can't get a good, consistent running game. Because a lot of these games, like when we almost lost to Northwestern, and even last week, Higdon didn't get going until the second half. Like, the running game in some of these games isn't getting going until the second half. And I don't like that. I don't want to wait for the second half for us to take control of this game, especially on the ground. So, because Michigan State, they got a D-line. You can't have the number 1 rush defense without having a good defensive line. So I'm just hoping we'll be able to run the ball consistently all game, or at least from the second quarter on or something. But that's slow first half and then get it going second half. That might not cut it in this game, because Sparty is going to come to play. Now, hopefully the read opens things up. If I'm Harbaugh, I'm telling Shea to pull that ball early if it's there, because sometimes he pulls it when it's still there. When he still got it, he'll give it to Higdon. Like this game, I'm telling him to pull it early to really put the confusion in that defense and make that DN or that linebacker stay at home, so he's not coming down on Higdon on those reads so fast. You know what I mean? Because yeah, Shea can run the ball and everything, but we don't want him doing it a whole lot. But if that's what we have to do to win, you got to. Dylan McCaffrey's looking good, so I got confidence. If Shea was to get hurt, he can come in, because and I know that's why Harbaugh doesn't want him to pull it on the read a whole lot, because he can get hurt. He cut his hand scoring on that touchdown against Wisconsin. But you got to do what we got to do to win this game. So him pulling that ball opens the running game up even more. And even if Higdon doesn't get going, if Shea can get 50, 60 yards on the ground, that helps a lot. Because Higdon's he's gonna have at least like 50 some yards, at least. So if Shea can help with the running game, then that's big. Another thing that I'd like to see Michigan do on offense is I'd like to see like a West Coast style offense, and that's using your back a lot more. Like, use your running backs. So when you're dropping back, you're doing 2 and 3 step drops, and that back is coming out of the backfield either into the flats or he's running out and in, like a quick out and in. And that type of play is money almost every time if the quarterback puts it in the right place, because you're gonna that running back is gonna burn that linebacker 9 times out of 10. So I'd love to see them start doing that. Now on defense, I'm not too worried. My worry on defense is their wide receiver. He's just a big dude, and he makes plays. Like, so my worry is they're gonna throw it up like Notre Dame was doing, and you can't get taller. None of our corners are that tall. I think Brandon Watson's probably the biggest one at like 5'11", 6 foot. So I would honestly, I would. There's almost nothing you can do unless you double cover him. But if you throw a jump ball up and he knows it's coming and he sees it, like you're gonna have to play some damn good coverage to stop that. Like you can't stop. You can't make yourself be taller. Like Hill and Long, they're short dudes, so to speak. 5'10", 5'11", maybe. I think they're like 5'10", really. But it still don't matter to do 6'4". So that's just something I'd like to see them. I want to really see how they're going to play him. If they're just going to go man and just, I'm sure they will, but I don't know. I might have a safety kind of watching him and almost double covering in him, because Michigan State is down a lot of wide receivers. So he's going to throw it up to him, because that's if you got a team like Michigan that's going to blitz like we did, that's just what we do. We blitz and play man defense. So if we're going to be doing that, just like with Notre Dame, Wimbush was just throwing it up. He's got big dudes that are going to, even if the corner is in good position, they were stopping us from getting interceptions on some of those jump balls. Like the wide receivers were just making the play to. Sometimes a wide receiver knocking down the ball when a dude is gonna pick it. That's just as good as catching it, because you stop the turnover. So I won't be surprised if I see them throw some jump balls to him, because he's a stud, definitely. Now, the last thing on defense is the pass rush. I'm not too worried about us having a pass rush on them, because we got studs on the defensive line. Winovich, QDP, Uche. Like, all these dudes are studs. Like, they're rushing the passer. And so, the spy. Bush, I need Bush to spy Lewerke on crucial third downs and stuff like that. You have to spy this dude, because he burned us last year. He burned us last year when they were trying to milk the clock. He ended up getting some good first downs like all these teams have done. So Bush has to spy him and be disciplined. Don't get too anxious, and don't sit back too far. It's a real, you have to really be on your toes going against these mobile QBs that know what they're doing. Now, as far as everything else, I mean, I'm just ready to see this game, honestly. Like, it's a big game, and I'm nervous. I'm nervous because Michigan State, D'Antonio, it's a good coach, man. He's a good coach. He's a damn good coach. But as far as everything else, I mean, one last thing. Rashan Gary. Everybody's worried about Rashan Gary. I'm not worried about him. He hasn't even played well this year. So what am I going to be worried about the player that hasn't even played well? He's been getting double teamed. And I will say he's been kind of injured this year. I'll give him that. But he's probably still injured. He's probably still hurt. So I'm going to ride with these dudes that's been balling. Them dudes got just as many sacks as he does in less games against better competition. So I'm riding with the dudes we got. I ain't with no excuses with the Gary and is he going to come back. He can go pro is all I care. He can go pro. Because we got dudes that are going to be here, they're the future, and they're balling. So I'm going to take the ballers. You can, he's going to be a top pick and all that stuff. I don't care. Show me on Saturday. I don't want to hear all that. He's going to be a top. That's fine. That's the NFL. Show me on Saturday. Dude, I'm just being honest. He hasn't made game-changing plays. What game has he changed? Did he make a big stop to help us win against Ohio State? I watch these games and I remember big plays. I really can't remember him making too many. To me, he to me, he's the type of dude that people have kissed his butt so much that, oh, you're the top pick. His dude's been a top pick in the draft since he came into college. The only time I saw this dude play like an unblockable top 3 pick is when we played, I think it was Western or somebody like that last year, and he got a roughing the passer call that was bull. It was BS, and he got mad, and all of a sudden he became that top 3 dude. He got mad, and the next 2 plays he was unblockable. Quarterback had like 2 seconds, boom, and he's dropping them. And I was like, whoa, okay. Besides that, I see the sideline and everything, but I don't see him just coming at the QB and making game-changing plays, strip sacks, stuff like that. All that type of stuff. So I'm riding with the boys we got. Because, like I said before with Peppers, you can say what you want about Jabril. 2016, when we almost made the playoff, we blew out Penn State. He almost takes a punt back. Playing good defense, running up on dudes. Played Michigan State, scored a late touchdown to close it, then got the 2-point conversion. Played Ohio State, got a pick, almost took it to the house. So you can say he wasn't Charles Woodson and all that hype, which is true. But dude made big plays in big games. He did that. So I expect the same from a DN that's supposed to be even higher pick than Jabril. I expect him to make game-changing plays. Bosa, he just went for the draft. Dude made big plays. I don't see Rashan Gary making those plays. Oh, but he's doubled. Save those excuses, man. Save those excuses. I'm done with all the excuses. Unless it's the refs in a blatant, some type of close game and a blatant just BS call where a guy's holding one of our receivers. Save the excuses. I don't want to hear no excuses about nothing. No more. Save the excuses. My football coach, I'm tired of hearing you miss passes, my bad. Oh, this, my bad. Oh, this. Ain't no excuses. I'm through with the excuses. Just get it done. No more excuses. Oh, he's getting double D, all this. He's a top 3 pick. Get it done. I don't care. I don't want to hear no excuses. Everybody else balling, though. His backup's balling. Chase Winovich balling. I don't want to hear that. Oh, Chase is he's getting single. He's getting his numbers because Rashan is getting double. Oh, guess what? He's gone and Chase still putting up numbers. I want to hear that stuff. Stop making excuses for these dudes. Hey, either you make the play or you don't. I remember, what was it? Was that last year? Last year, he missed that tackle. Oh, he had a couple sacks, but he missed a game-changing play. If you miss the game-changing play, then unless you make another game-changing play to make up for that, it don't mean nothing. You already missed the big play to change the game. Just like Metellus, he missed that pick. He missed that pick in the OSU game. But guess what? That was a couple plays after Rashan Gary missed that tackle. But hey, I'm just a hater, I guess. He missed that tackle. Third and 5. Had him in your arms. Man, I'm talking about man to man. Missed him. Let him get away. Had him in his grasp. These are the type of plays I'm talking about. So, I know I done went on a Rashan Gary rant, but I'm just tired of him. If he leave, he leave. I really don't care if he plays. I'm down with Uche and these other boys. Kemp, all them dudes. I'm loving them young dudes. Because they trying to prove themselves. You get some of these high-profile dudes, they used to do people kissing their butt. They feel like they ain't got to come out and ball hard. These young dudes, they trying to make a name. So, I'm riding with them. Y'all can hope and pray Rashan Gary come back. Oh, I seen some dudes earlier. I'm not gonna make my pick until I know if Rashan playing. Rashan ain't no. Oh, they're gonna win if he's in. He gonna win without. We've been winning with or without him. He don't matter like that. Y'all act like this dude. Y'all swear this dude is J.J. Watt or something. He ain't that. He ain't been that for us at least. If he has been, let me know, cause I ain't seen it. Y'all swear this dude is J.J. Watt. Guess what? J.J. Watt and them dudes like that, a double team don't mean nothing to him. He carry a double team all the way to while he's sacking the quarterback. Y'all act like this dude is just Ndamukong Suh. This is what I mean. I'm about to rant on this anyway, because I just want to talk Michigan. So excuse me if I rant on Gary for a minute. Ndamukong Suh, Texas, undefeated. Ndamukong Suh going against Colt McCoy. I know y'all remember Colt at Texas, undefeated. Ndamukong Suh, Texas versus Nebraska. Ndamukong Suh made that man, that whole offensive line, everybody made him his bitch that night. Made him his bitch. Tell me I'm lying. Now tell me when you've seen Rashan Gary do anything like that. Totally ruin a team's whole offense. Totally ruin their whole offense, their whole game plan. Unstoppable. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know what y'all be thinking with all this double and triple team. Man, get out of here with that. Oh, but he's a top 3 pick. Well, then show me. I'm tired of hearing about dude. If he's gone, he's gone. Unless he coming back and playing like Ndamukong Suh did against Texas. If he gonna play like that, okay, come on, suit up. If he ain't, good riddance. See ya. I mean, he played for us, and I'm gonna show him love once he leave or whatever. But as far as this season, I don't want to hear no excuses. No excuses. Now that's what I'm talking about, game-changing player. Where you stop, knock down a whole offense. A defensive lineman can do that. A defensive lineman can wreck a whole team's offensive game plan. I done watched too much football. So, if he ain't doing that, I'm riding with Uche, Kudipe, Kemp, all these dudes. Dwum 4, I'm riding with them. Y'all can hope and wish Gary is something that he ain't. Maybe he'll do it in the NFL, and I'll be like, okay. I wish you would have did that for us, but yeah, I'm riding with them boys. But that's all I got for today. I had to rant on it because I'm tired of seeing it on Facebook videos and people talking about Gary and all this. If he's here, ball out, bruh. Because his draft stock has dropped. I'm hearing he's going late first round now. Because he ain't do nothing this year. He really didn't do anything. So I'm seeing he's dropping to the late first round almost. In the summer, Mel Kiper had him as a top 3 pick. Let me know what y'all think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he still is. But I didn't see he's a low first rounder now. But that's all I got, man. I'm nervous about this game. I'm somewhat nervous, but I'm not. But I'm confident, but I'm still nervous and anxious because it's Michigan State and anything can happen. And they got a good coach that makes them believe. But that's it for today. As always, go blue.